We are in Dana Point, a place with legacy and history, and of course we had to go and reach out to no other than Miss Candice Appleby. So stoked to get to have an interview with her. It's been a long time, and Candice has legacy and race results and history, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. All right, cool. Yeah, welcome to Baby Beach. That's a training ground, and Candice, you just got off a training session, from what I understand, coaching a lot of people. But before we go into that, let's talk a little bit about the history and the legacy around this place and your races, your memories.
Yeah, so we're at Baby Beach. This is my office and my flatwater training ground here in the Dana Point Harbor. Right outside the harbor, you have Doheny. So the birthplace of the Battle of the Paddle, which is really the birth of stand-up paddle racing in the surf. That's the race that put stand-up racing on the map. So This place is very nostalgic to me. It's my home, and it's also a very nostalgic place for stand-up paddling in general. So this morning I was on the water coaching my Ocean Academy All-Star group. That's a group of some of my top paddlers, and then I had a private lesson after that with one of my gals. So still very much active in SUP on the daily.
Nice.
Welcome to my office.
Nice. What a great office to have, and been on the podium out here so many times and all over the world. And it's been a while now. So what's sticking out in memories? Like what is it that you're like, this was the moment or the moment?
I've had a lot of moments. You said it's been a while, but I've been doing this for over 15 years, and it's all happened so fast. I look back and I'm like, wow, I wish I would have kept a journal of every race that I did. Those Facebook memories will pop up and I'll be like, oh wow, yeah, I did that crazy race in the rapids in Idaho. Like, what was I thinking? I'm super grateful for all the fun. There's so many fun memories, all the Battle of the Paddles and Pacific Paddle Games and ISAs, and it's been such a joy. It's all happened so fast that I'm still like, wow, did that all really happen? Is that my life?
Yeah. Now you're in the coaching world, and of course also with the background that SUP has left a little bit the West Coast. But SUP is not dead. We see a lot of people paddling here, and you are very busy as a coach. The competitive world has moved off a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about these two different worlds. With you being busy with coaches, lots of amateurs, but at the same time, we dearly miss a key race here on the West Coast, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, not having a Pacific Paddle Games or Battle of the Paddle race here at Doheny, it's like we have a sport. It's like our Super Bowl is gone. That was the sport. That was the race that brought everybody together. So much history of our sport was birthed in Doheny, right? Yeah. So I definitely miss having that event. It would be great to have an event like that again. And, for me, it's so much fun to have everybody, all my friends from around the world, come to my hometown. I live in San Clemente, which is one town over. So we definitely miss that. We still have a lot of great races that are here. We have the San Clemente Ocean Festival that's coming up next month. And we have a really strong paddling community still.
Exactly.
There's a lot of
paddling.
Yeah, there's so many people that got into paddling during COVID as well. And there's people who are eager. They want to race. We just, I think that the West Coast, in this area specifically, so much of the industry was here in the early 5 years, decade of the sport. And so many of those brands put so much money into the sport that you can only, pay the bill for so long, and somebody else kind of needs to take it over. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to run a business. So I think that the SUP world in general does have quite a bit to owe to Southern California as far as putting on big races and big events, but we do need more events here. But it's neat to see that it's continuing to thrive. I mean, Europe, I know, is just going insane. There's so many young paddlers, which is really cool to see. And the sport's very much alive. We have a lot of people. We just need some more, maybe some younger paddlers in this area to take to it. But it's a discipline. It's hard work.
And in terms of what you're doing right now, you said you are very busy with coaching, and there is lots of interest around learning from you as a coach.
Yeah, I'm really busy. Many years ago I started performance paddling with Anthony Vela, and we were coaching together then, and then I got more competitive, just more focused on my own racing. And then during COVID time, I had a few private clients I was coaching, but then it turned from 3 to 4 to 7 to 8 to like, wow, I'm doing this full time. And that's when I launched Ocean Academy back in 2021. And since then, I've been really busy, teaching on average in the summer between 10 and 15 private sessions a week, some weeks 20 sessions. Each session's an hour and a half on the water. And it's mostly SUP, but I also teach surfing. So I have a couple gals that I coach privately for just regular longboard surfing. I coach stand-up paddle surfing. I have a client named Duke. He's 81 years young.
Oh, cool.
And he's out there ripping and still improving.
That's awesome.
So we surf together every week. And I coach a prone workout as well. And I have a training club that I coach. And so I love it. I love coaching. I love to pass on what I've learned. Cool. And most importantly, like helping people build a relationship with the ocean and get confidence.
Yeah,
that nice. I think is the thing that God gifted me with, was helping people to overcome their fears and help them to build a relationship with the ocean. And I mean, there's no better feeling than getting to share what I've experienced with somebody else. So
that's very, very cool. And you mentioned something like people are going to be able to access your coaching sessions online from all over the world here pretty soon.
Yeah, I've had a lot of requests for videos over the years, and even people that have come to my clinics, they ask, hey, are these drills on video, or are they on YouTube? And cool. So I've been working diligently in the off season. I've filmed 2 online courses. One is for the basics of proper SUP stroke technique, and then footwork for stand-up paddling. So both are kind of a level 1 of each technique. There's 2 courses that are coming out, and those are going to be hopefully live by the end of this month, so people can access the videos. There's instruction, there's drills, there's even quizzes between each chapter to help with the learning process. So I'm really excited to get that out there. So I love teaching technique. That's my favorite thing. I love to help people figure it out, on the board.
Well, cool. And lastly, and definitely not leastly, the fierce and the competitive Candice. You do paddle. We see you actually in the world SUP ranking popping up usually in the beginning of the year. And we have 2 world championships coming up, one in Denmark and one in Sarasota coming up. And of course, there's still a lot of people out there that would love somebody like you to go head to head, maybe with Seychelles or April, kind of like the way it used to be. Where are you standing there? What's your thoughts on competitive Candice?
Yeah, I mean, I think competitive Candice isn't somebody that you could ever really put to rest, right? Last year was the Pan American Games, and I was training really, really hard for that, but I was also training hard for that while coaching full time, and so my body kind of hit a wall. Yeah. I was dealing with a lot of overuse in my neck and my shoulders and my lats. And so even by the time the Pan Ams came around, I was in a lot of pain. So after that, the last several months, I've kind of been working on just trying to recover that. And I'm getting better. I also started paddling outrigger with the Dana Outrigger Club. So it's the first time I'm doing that. That's been my focus competitively the last couple months. I also ordered my first OC1, which is exciting. Cool. So I'm learning a lot about paddling that's opening my eyes to things that I could take into my SUP coaching and my SUP racing. But as far as events this year, it was the first year in over a decade where I missed the national championships. So I did not qualify for Team USA this year. And that's okay because we have so many great paddlers. So I do plan to go to Denmark, I think, and do commentary with the ISA. That'll
be very cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited about. And then I have seen the ICF event that's on the calendar for November. So it's something where I'm just kind of giving my body time to recover, see how my neck feels with all the stand-up paddling I'm already doing with clients, and just decide if I really want to do it or not. I've done so many races, and if there's a multi-lap race in the waves, like sign me up any day of the week. Yeah. I'll do it cold and untrained because it's just so much fun. But as far as the other races, it takes a lot of time to train.
Yeah.
A lot of time, a lot of discipline. When I'm training for a SUP race, I'm kind of pretty one-track minded. So I'm not on my longboard, I'm not paddling canoe, I'm not doing some of the other fun ocean sports that I love. And there's also financially not a whole lot of money in SUP racing and sponsorships.
Yeah.
And I've groveled for a really long time, and I've had great sponsorships, and then I've had years where I don't have as many. So I'm also not really interested in going backwards financially to try to win another trophy. And I don't mean to say that.
No, I get it. And it's a problem our sport faces. I think the ICF does offer prize money on that note.
Yeah. But where we are with prize money in our sport, even if you win first, it doesn't really pay you for all the months and months and months of training, right?
Yeah.
And so with the way social media has changed sponsorships too, it's not so much about what you win, it's about what it looks like you do sometimes, I think, online.
For sure.
But that being said, who knows? I mean, I'll probably step on a start line somewhere this year for SUP. But honestly, I'm at a place where I've been so fulfilled with all the races and things I've been able to accomplish. Like, I want to help other people feel that way. Yeah. Right? So my focus is into sharing my knowledge and technique with other people so that they can have what I've had, right? Yeah. Like, I think that the true measure of success is really not about what I'm able to achieve, it's about what I can help others achieve. And so
very wise.
And I can't really keep it unless I give it away. So that's my main purpose. Yeah.
Well, that's cool words. And yes, I mean, it doesn't matter, Candice, on the start line or not, but your name resonates and you've given a lot to this sport and you still remain to give to this sport, and I think that's really what matters. And with that being said, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, Candice.